is probably the man. He's the most self-deluding man when it comes to his own intellect. He claimed once to have invented Buddhism, I believe, but was not
the internal combustion engine.
Was not actually, trying to get a laugh. Thought he could actually pull the wool over people. Say, Buddhism, I was the first Buddhist in the country. I was a Buddhist before the Dalai Lama.
I was a Buddhist pig farmer, mate.
I started. It was an accident. I just said the same thing a few times. I've had a calming effect. I can't do the accent, obviously. So Happiness is back, though. And
yes.
How big a hit was the first series? Because I very much liked the first series. I didn't know whether
I didn't think you did, see, because you took the mickey out of it. I thought...
You big guy.
No, I don't. Well, you can say what you like about it, but I thought you didn't like it.
Why, because I made a joke about it at the Comedy Awards?
Well, because you didn't like it.
I liked it.
Fair enough, you don't have to. I don't care.
If I didn't like it, I would tell you I didn't like it.
OK.
There's lots of things you don't like at all.
I don't think you would. Do you know last time I was here, I held the door open for Dolly Parton?
Yeah. He's changing the subject. He feels awkward now, talking openly and genuinely about another man's appraisal of his work.
OK, all right.
We're like Constable and Turner, discussing our paintings over a cup of tea.
Well, I held the door open for Dolly Parton.
No, I liked Happiness. I thought it was very good.
You don't have to. OK, you liked it. Right, OK,
Going out there, the audience, we have people listening now, they might care to tune in. You don't have to keep saying you don't have to like it.
OK.
There's something quite needy about you there.
Well, is there? What we're saying, you don't have to like it. If I was needy, I'd be saying you do have to like it.
But the reading between the lines, so you're saying what you're needy for is the genuine.
No, but I really like it.
Yeah, you're saying, I want you to really persuade me.
Okay.
I sense a certain...
All right, so you liked it. Great. Yeah, there's a new series coming out, Jonathan.
Do you phone some out? Have you phoned some outlets?
No. Do you think I need to?
Well, I just get the feeling that, like Andy, you might benefit from a pep.
We all need a bit of help sometimes, don't we?
I'm not saying we don't.
Silence.
It's got quite awkward. It's got. I had such hopes for our first show back, and Whitehouse has come in, and already it's got quite awkward. I told you, Higson's the one to go for.
Yeah. I need him here.
In his dull,
then he can occupy this role.
He calms the room. But what happens in the second series? Where do you progress? Where do you take... Because I know that the interesting thing for me about you doing Happiness was you were clearly intent upon challenging yourself and doing something different.
Yes.
And working away from just a short-format sketch show, which you kind of conquered, really. I mean, there were no challenges left there for you as such. No,
but, going to do Happiness was a departure, and I had to do something, radically different from the Fast Show. But then, having done it, my natural inclination is to run back to it and put on a wig and shout arse, But you can do the two, presumably.
Well,
sort of, except we said we wouldn't do another series of the Fast Show, so we did it. We just recently did a tour.
And how did that go?
That was great.
Yeah,
it was lovely.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was lovely to do it. You didn't come see. You were invited, but you didn't go.
You didn't invite me, did you?
Yeah, we did, yeah.
Was John Thompson on it? Because he was my favourite.
John, thanks.
I would have gone to see John. Was he there?
I thought Simon Day. Surely Simon.
No, Simon's rubbish. We all know that. I love Simon dearly, but,
Undisciplined, maybe. A maverick, a loose cannon, but rubbish.
I love Simon.
Maybe. He can fight, Did you ever see me go, Paul? You want to see me lose it? Jesus. Hey?
He is kind of...
I'll open you up, son.
Out of all the people we know...
What about you getting in the ring with him? You're about similar.
Yeah, but that wouldn't be fun.
They offered him Richard Blackwood. He'd murder him, wouldn't they?
We've leapt, presumably, to celebrity boxing. This isn't just some sort of...
we have, yeah.
No. We went into... I'll tell you what, we've got Richard Blackwood tied up.
Work the body.
Go on, have a laugh. Bloody him up first, before lunch. Got a Sunday roast on.
Open him up.
You wouldn't do that, though, would you?
No, I did offer Harry. Yeah. Because I thought that'd be the one that people would want.
But after Celeb, he's already had the stuff knocked out, and you just...
Well, he said no, he's quite right. He said, you get hurt.
Yeah,
and you get hurt, didn't you?
Well, I saw...
Mind you, seeing some of the punches that have been flying in that celebrity boxing thing, I don't think anyone gets hurt, do they? It's only his ego, isn't it, really?
I think Ricky Gervais and, what's that guy named?
Grant Bovey.
Grant Bovey, they were actually throwing proper blows.
Yeah, how long do you reckon? If it had gone on any longer, I don't think Ricky... I don't think he'd have been able to stand up.
3 rounds, I think, is maximum. Well, he didn't manage to stand up for the whole thing, of course. He spent some of it lying down. He told me that the reason why he went down when Grant pushed him was just that he didn't have the strength to stay up, and he needed a break, so he had a quick lie down and leapt up again. That's what he claims now.
Very nice.
But you wouldn't do that. You've been asked, presumably.
Yeah, I've been asked a few times. I was sort of tempted, because it's a sort of challenge to you, isn't it? Yeah. We all fancy ourselves, really,
That's the turf.
Get behind the jab.
Men do think that they could actually do it. And I'm sure lots of them are listening home nothing. Yeah, given the chance, I'd take some.
Yeah. So as I say, I did my first. I went to see the first bout in that celebrity series.
Yeah.
Between Les Dennis and Bob. Yeah. And Harry was there, so he was in the Les camp. There you go. Says it all, doesn't it? Really, but there you are.
No.
And I did offer Harry there and then, but he wisely declined, and I'm really glad he did.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
I think
it would
no
be
one,
very unseemly, wouldn't it?
no one really comes out of it a winner.
No.
It doesn't show anyone in the
No, look at Gandhi.
Exactly, that's
See,
my approach.
That's what,
And
is that what you do, walking in a loincloth and sit down?
I'll only do it if I can wear a dhoti. A dhoti and carry a stick.
I'd like to see it.
And if I could
What
possibly
music
wear
would you come into?
just a little bit of body
What
makeup.
music would you come onto? That's it, you need that, wouldn't you?
I'd come on to something about, you know...
And just sit down in the middle of the ring.
What would be a good music for Gandhi's walk-on music as a boxer? Let's have a track. When
Gandhi
we come back,
the boxer.
When we come back, we'll all have a suggestion, okay?
Exactly.
Song 2, Blur. Okay, here we go. Gandhi's in the ring against, say, Cal Vorderman. That's a fair match. Celebrity boxing, because he's not a big fella. He hasn't eaten a lot, has he?
Well, no.
He can't
He's
get
not
behind
going
the
to do
jab.
a lot, is he, either?
No, he's got not
He's
got
got a whole new approach, hasn't
I wouldn't have thought he's got a lot of
Get
core
behind your
stability.
jab, get behind your bleeding jab,
So
Gandhi.
Gandhi's walking to the ring. Your choice of music for Gandhi, Mr. Whitehouse, please.
It's the cheeky song, Touch My Bum.
That's a good
There
one.
it
I like
is.
that, and it's easily accessible.
Exactly.
Andy, your choice of music for Gandhi.
I was trying to think of something from Slade, but that's as far as I've got.
That's what you got. So, like, come on, feel the noise. Why Slade?
I don't know, I just
Because it
don't-
will be Slade?
I just like the idea that...
All right.
Take me
Gandhi
back
was
home.
Slade. Yeah.
My first thought was, what's so funny about peace, love and understanding? We'll dismiss
Oh,
that. Too
nice.
literal. Too
Oh,
literal.
too literal.
I'd
No,
go
I
with
like it, though. It's a good
Can't
song.
Touch It from MC Hammer. Because
touch
Gandhi
this.
has a similar dress sense, and he could get... Imagine if when he leaps into the ring, then goes into the hammer dance and break it down. Dong, 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 dong. Ha, break it down.
Can't touch this.
That was fantastic.
Can't touch this.
MC Hammer. Anyway, so that's by the by, really. Paul Whitehouse is in. He's good enough to come in on his Saturday morning because he's got Happiness back on BBC Two.
Yeah.
It's a sitcom which do you write it on your own or with...
No, I write it with a friend of mine. He's Dave Cummings,
Right.
Derek Cummings. I like to call him now, as he was misspelt the other day. I'm calling him Derek from now on. Yeah, we write that together. I never write by myself. I'm
And
not
how
very
is
good at
that?
it.
How is it writing something more of a long-form thing than sketches, which presumably, I'd imagine with fast show stuff, without diminishing them in any way, but once you come up with the premise and the idea,
Yeah.
that's sort of the work done. I
Well,
think.
absolutely. I mean, there was a lot of repetition in the fast show. You know, it's quite simple to say suit you one week and then say suit you again the next week.
Well, you say that, but
Yeah.
you know, many have tried and many have fallen.
Well, yeah, it's obviously a longer process doing Happiness because you do have to think about plot. Whereas, you know, in the fast show, I mean, that was the joy of it in a way. You can do something if it's not working, or you know, just get off, go. You don't even have to get to a punchline. Do the catchphrase, bugger off. But with Happiness, yeah, we have to put some thought into it, Jonathan. But a wistful look in the distance and a classic 70s rock song helps to cover a paper overloft crack.
As I believe Dom Jolly has discovered.
Has he? What's he doing?
He does
then?
a lot of that indie rock in the background, doesn't he? He put his Joey
right.
Beadle show, but then you put eels on it,
Yeah.
and suddenly it's got depth. Now, at the moment...
Well, I was just saying, we've actually used Gary Glitter in our new series.
Oh, this is quite...
And it's
I would have
fu-
thought quite...
Well,
sensitive.
we thought about it for a while.
You didn't actually get the man back in the country.
No, we
for a
didn't
cameo.
speak to him, obviously. No, but you know, you can use his music, I think, can't you? What do you reckon?
It depends what you want to use it for. I wouldn't use it at a kid's party. But I mean, you know, they still use it in American sport.
I'm looking round like that now.
You're looking for
just-
support and
yes.
everyone's looking away. Suddenly everyone's trying to find change or keys. Where did I leave that A to Z? Yeah, I'll be with you in a minute, Paul. That's quite a risky thing to do, though.
No, it's not really, is it? You
Well,
know?
it kind of is.
He,
Or she wouldn't have
no,
wasted
he was on Desert Island Discs once.
Was he? Look at him
Yeah.
now.
And do you know what? He was asked by Roy Plumley for what his luxury item was going to be. Do you know what he said?
I think we should be very careful here.
Okay, he said... No, I'll tell you what he said.
Okay.
He said, I'd like a blow-up doll, right, and a packet of Elastoplast. And when Roy Plumley pointed out that
Yes,
that
he
was
said this.
two...
This is
yeah,
not-
it's
this is-
absolutely true. And Roy Plumley said, I'm afraid that's two items. He said, all right, I'll have the Elastoplast.
Now you've made us all feel...
We're all looking round for an A to Z.
soiled. Couldn't get another coffee in here, could we? Just perk us all up a bit. So I'm here with Mr. Paul Whitehouse. He's got his new series of Happiness, starts on BBC Two Tuesday night. What time's it on Tuesday?
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
Not for the faint-hearted.
What a fantastic cast around you. Johnny Vegas, as we know, is one of
Absolutely.
the new stars of British comedy.
Yep.
Incredibly likeable bloke.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a great talent.
He's
you said-
lovely, isn't he?
He
No,
is.
he really is genuinely lovely, isn't he?
I know, there's no side to him.
No.
I can't find it, and I'm
No,
not.
no, I'm watching him now.
You've got-
Day by day. I am. I said to you, I'm watching you.
When it
David.
emerges, let us know.
Day one. When we started film. Action, just before action, I'm watching you. David.
And Kathy Burke as well.
Berkey, I've lured her out of retirement.
No, I was
because
going to ask her because I was under the impression she didn't really want to
doesn't.
act much anymore.
She doesn't. She claims she owed me a favour, and yeah, so we're very lucky to get her out. She came out and did a customary swearing act.
She must owe me
I'm
some
slightly annoyed because everyone thinks Kath's lovely and all that, and so we wrote her a part in which she's really horrible, the true Kathy Burke.
Yeah,
you know.
the one we know.
And of course, she came and was foul-mouthed on your comedy awards programme.
You
as I
call it mine. It's not
your
mine.
comedy. It's the people's.
It's the people's. I wish I could say it was mine. It belongs to the country.
Yeah.
It's like the Elgin marbles. And if only the Greeks would come and
Please,
take
yes,
it back.
please send it back to the Greeks.
We had on this show a while ago, this sounds like a mad leap, but I'll explain one. We had John Paul Jones on this radio show.
Oh, Zeppelin bass
formerly of
player.
Led Zeppelin, and he played a brilliant track he'd written himself, and he sang. And his singing was unusual, was it not?
It was.
And I went on and said, "Wife, did you hear John Paul Jones on the show? Wasn't that fantastic?" She said, "Yeah." She said, "I was kind of laughing a little bit at the vocal." She said, "It sounded like Ron Manager." And if ever you get a chance, I'll have to try and dig it out.
Please do.
He did. He was like, "Oh, when I went to the park and I went to the day and I don't jump us for goalposts." It really was.
It'll be on the internet, I'm sure.
Is it on the internet?
I'm sure it
I'm
will.
trying to
Oh,
spend-
I'd like to have a listen to that.
I'll dig it out for you.
Bit of a Zepp fan, I was.
I really will. So, apart from Happiness, what are you doing now? Because presumably you finished this series, haven't you?
Yeah, it's done. Yeah, we did it last year, and by the time you've edited it and dubbed it, put on a dodgy soundtrack.
Put on a laugh track like they did with Partridge.
No laughter on it. There's no jokes in it. We couldn't even get away with that.
It's basically it's like Bergman, isn't it? It's like the Seventh Seal, but strung out.
I don't
over 8
know. I
episodes.
really don't know. I'm really out of my depth now.
You don't know
You
Bergman?
mention names like that. I really don't know.
You
what
must
you're
know
talking
Seven
about.
Seals, the
No,
death
no.
playing chess with the knight.
No,
No.
no. I'm very shallow, Jonathan.
Well, we know that,
I
but-
employ deep people, like Charlie and
Can't you
Dave.
just do what we all do, fake depth?
All right. Okay.
Especially when you get to 42, you want to start faking
death
depth.
is what I'd like to do.
Here we go again.
Yeah.
You're one of these people, you're not really going to be happy till you learn on your deathbed and you go, yeah, I told you.
That's it. Goodbye. Sobbed a lot of
Goodbye,
you.
that's a nothing.
Bugger all.
Isn't it marvellous?
None the bloody wiser on the tombstone, I think. That's an old Lightly Lads one. What do you want on your tombstone? None the bloody
That's
wiser.
a great line.
Yes.
Am I right in thinking that British comedy at the moment, if you're making a show like that, you're in the shadow of The Office?
Yeah, I think so. Everything is. But I spoke to him the other day, Gervais, and he can't do another series of that, can he?
No, he's buggered now.
He's had it, hasn't he? Yeah. I said, mind you, the first day I met him, I said, you're a one-trick pony.
He is a one-trick pony, isn't he?
Yeah, and it's not getting there, it's staying there.
You know who said something similar to me once? Jimmy Tarbuck.
Hey!
1988.
Nice to know that I am the Tarby
He
of
took me to one
2003.
side. He said, "I tell you what, lad, I'm not saying I'm a fan of what you do, but they like you. You got something that people like. I don't know what accent this is, but
I'm enjoying it, though.
hey, la, the people like you.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
You know, who's the 3-2-1 bloke?
Mr. Ted Rogers, sadly,
Not
no
Ted
longer
Rogers,
with us.
not the late Ted. Bully.
Jim
Bully.
Bowen.
Jim
Bully,
Bowen
Jim.
did 3-2-1 in his life.
Jim, no, I know, but I've got them mixed up.
Your money's
They're
safe.
in that. Yes, him.
Wasn't Jim Bowen taking off the radio recently for making racist comments, I believe?
Really?
Yeah.
No, he wasn't racist in my company,
Wasn't
but he did. We did some, funny enough, a Ron Manager thing on Sky.
Yeah.
It was a short-lived little venture, but he said, "Hey, it's gold. This is gold." Hey. So you know what I mean. Never trust
if
Jim Bowen if you ever took your.
If you've come from 25 years of doing bully,
Yeah,
you
it's
would
what he
think that
said.
was gold.
14 series.
Can I just say, I used to love Bullseye.
So did I.
I used to love Bully.
Oh, yeah.
It was something about it worked. Some of those weird shows, they work.
I don't know. I thought it was one of those Sunday afternoon. I was probably not in a good place.
I like the
Sunday.
fact. I like the fact.
I
That
lived the life, mate.
the
Back
prizes for very
back
working
in
class.
the day.
There were no yachts given away. There were no expensive holidays. It was stuff like a no fridge freezer. That's what you wanted, you know, stuff like that. It was
3, 2, 1.
barbecue. 3-2-1 was great.
See what you see. Say what you see.
That's
I know. I'm just trying to mingle them all
But
together.
I tell you what,
Well, imagine that. Bullies, see what your catchphrase 3, 2, 1.
what?
Get them, we'll mix them all up.
I'm getting excited about the thought of us bringing 3-2-1 back. Because Andy, you look a bit like
Dusty Bin, I'm talking about, isn't it? Yeah, Dusty
I used to love
Bin.
it, but every week we were talking about this on holiday. My wife and I were talking about this on holiday. Why was it that the clues he'd say, my first is in Spain, but never away. My second is happy, but not quite so gay. My third is a tree.
How's he doing this off the top of his head like this?
Tree refers to newspaper. Pulp paper. Where do you put paper when it's finished? In the bin. It never made any sense.
You're the host, mate. Or did you just talk to yourself into a job?
I can't do the fingers.
Can't do the fingers.
We need to get a finger double in for the close-ups. Paul,
Yes.
I wish I could say it'd been a pleasure, but
Yeah.
you know, there were moments on this where it became awkward, it became tense.
Yes,
it
I like to
became-
try and keep it honest and real.
It became a bit too dark, and I think that's where you're coming from these days.
Get out.
You're dressed a bit like a cat burglar.
I know.
Like a cat burglar from the Beano would have been.
Yeah, well, you know, it's utilitarian. That's
Well,
the
it's
way
the big
forward.
bag that
I've
says
got the
swag
hair
on your back that
cropped
gives
now.
it away. You are. You look a bit
Yeah.
like a convict.
Yeah.
You look like you should
Puppy-eyed.
You should be sent away to Australia.
Oh, I'm entering the heart attack decade, aren't I? I thought. You know what I mean? Well, really seriously now, you know.
Joe Strummer.
Poor old Joe, there you go.
He's no longer with us.
No.
I'd like to play some Clash in a minute.
Let's have it clash then, shall we?
Shall we? Have you got Clash, Andy?
No, you've got it there.
Which one should we
we
play?
are.
There were so many we could play in homage
I mean,
to the great
you
Joe
know, we
Strummer.
do look.
You know what I quite fancy?
Well, what?
Well, I'll run this past you. Either Jimmy Jazz off the London Calling album. Don't sneer. You look like I've spoken wind.
Well, you've got out the first album there.
Oh,
Let's
no,
have
but on the
that.
first album. But this was the American release of the first album, which incorporated some of the latest singles, including the fabulous Complete
Complete Control. That's Complete Control.
Or how about White Man and Hammersmith?
No,
Pie?
Complete Control.
You like Complete
Yep.
Control?
You're my guitar hero.
For you, that
Thank
was
you
a
very
great
much.
And
Track
didn't you
number?
just Strummer's vocal styles? It did sound something like a duck being strangled. but
Yeah, I
it
was more of a
fabulous,
Pistols fan, I have to say, but, you know, there we go.
Well, you know what? You don't have to say that, and now wouldn't have been the correct time to say that. To be frank.
What
I
track
told
number
you
is
I'm being honest and brutal with you.
Oh, it's track 4. Paul
on.
spoiled it for us all. Well, you have. You have.
We have.
Come on, let's have Complete Control.
Yeah, have a think about yourself when you leave here, will you?
They said... And then...
That was, you know, that's
Right.
unbeatable.
Yeah.
What a great band.
Brilliant.
And, you know, they're
Brilliant
being
band.
inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame next year.
Well, they were a brilliant live band, weren't they, really?
I saw them. I actually only saw them live once, and it was at a Rock Against Racism gig in Hackney.
What were you doing there?
Were you snoring then? Did you start snoring?
Yeah, what were you doing
I
there?
was outside protesting.
You and Lee Bowyer.
I put my British movement days behind me. Now leave it.
Right.
You're still here. You're still here. How
I'll
long?
go!
It's been a
Michelle-
fight,
You
isn't it?
begged me to stay.
Michelle Collins is waiting.
So she's waiting to
Yeah.
come in. She's a proper star.
Yeah.
She's got everything: glamour, looks, talent.
Yeah.
Never mind this.
BBC One.
What's he bringing? Peddling the same old miserable line.
I'm playing a record for Paul now.
How is Charlie these days? Charlie Higson,
I'm just enjoying the silence.
formerly of the Fast Show.
He's in Australia.
Is he really? What's he doing out there?
He's got a brother out there.
Has he?
So he's gone out there. I can imagine they'll be having hijinks and lots. He danced the night away at their end of tour party, Charlie.
The thing I find strange about Charlie Higson, of course, is that he was in the band, the Higsons.
Yeah.
And you look at him now, and he looks like he's a rotund father figure. He's a dad.
He's a really good-looking man.
He
you
was
know,
a
when
great
young.
looking. He was felt.
Yeah,
He was like a, he was
he's
like a
losing,
jaguar.
losing a bit of weight. He's looking good now. The
like
king,
An otter.
an otter. He was
like an otter.
sleek otter.
He was sleek as an
Used to
otter.
break nuts on his back.
He was smooth.
He leapt between ladies like a cat.
Paul, thanks for coming in.
Swam between them like an otter. There.
It's lovely to see you again. It really is. Shall we get together this year? We always say we're
that'd
going to,
be
and
nice,
now we've known
Jonathan,
each other on
Well,
and
we're going to be together, aren't we?
When are we going to be
At the
together?
celebrity wedding very shortly.
Oh, we've got Vic Reeves' wedding coming up. They've sold that to OK Magazine, I believe, haven't they?
Fantastic! I can't wait.
We're going to be there. We're going to be looking after Vic all night long. What marital advice would you give to a man of that age entering into a relationship for the second or third time?
Good luck.
Save us from ourselves.
It's playing this for Paul.